Hi everybody, this is Sarah Al-Amiri in Why Not Show.
Hello everyone and welcome to our program Why Not. I'm your host Ahmed Murad.
Lovely viewers of Why Not, I am your host Ritaj Ashkenani.
Hello dear viewers and welcome to our program Why Not, the program that explores everything that is happening here in our beautiful country of Kuwait. As always, I'm your host Ahmed Murad and we're joined by our other co-host.
Ritaj Ashkenani.
Hello Ritaj, how are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm doing good. How about you?
Well, I mean, you can clearly see I am very, very excited, dear viewers. As you can see, this is just a glimpse of what we'll be doing in today's episode. There is this really nice display of Pac-Man, as you can see. And as I said, it will give you a glimpse of what to expect in the episode, which is this amazing gaming center that has recently been opened here in our country of Kuwait. So, without further ado, dear viewers, let's head out there and get to check everything that this place has. Ritaj, are you ready?
I'm so excited.
All right,
let's
then
get started.
Let's go. So, dear viewers, I'm very, very excited. And, we're both, both of us are gamers,
Yeah,
right?
you can say.
Yeah, we do love to play a lot of video games. And as you can see, starting off, they've got a cafe area and they also got a restaurant area. And I have to say, I'm really digging, a lot of these obstacle discs.
Yeah, the DVDs.
The DVDs,
giving like a retro vibe.
Very retro vibe, yeah. And this is something that also we'll be covering a lot because I've heard that there's a lot of things that are related to everything, retro gaming. And so from the get-go, dear viewers, we've got a really nice area that they have right here that we'll be showing later on. We'll be getting into depth, but this seems like a community space in which there's a lot of activities. I'm gonna withhold from saying anything because I want to provide a proper coverage of this entire place. So let's continue straight on and see what else they have to offer.
Okay then, let's go.
Let's go. So starting off with the exploration of this place, Ritaj, I've noticed something that you're a very big fan of right here.
The Tamagotchi.
The Tamagotchi right here.
And if you guys don't know what that is, it's just like a little device where you can take care of your little furry animal.
Yeah.
And I grew up on that.
It's like a digital pet, isn't
Yes.
it? Yeah. Ritaj is talking about this one. And what's really interesting about these is that they come in a lot of different shapes. And there's been a lot of collaboration. And then they've got some collections here of really miniature classic games. As you can see, we've got Mario, we've got Donkey Kong, and very, very interesting. There's also something that I've noticed right here. I think this right here
it looks like
is
a calculator.
a calculator, yes.
Yeah.
So I think this is a calculator that you're able to play games with at the same time.
On that little screen?
Exactly, on that little screen. Now, I'm not sure what kind of games, but I think very, very simple games. And then right over here, I think we've got a display of
I know this one.
Yeah?
I used to play this on my dad's phone, the old phones with the buttons.
Yeah, so
it was called, I think, just ball.
Just ball,
yeah,
right?
And you just go through an obstacle course.
Yeah. See,
exactly.
I'm just gonna be spending the entire episode right now playing this game, dear
Standing
viewers.
by a wall and just
standing by a wall. Yeah. I think if
was
anybody
my
would
game.
to look at me from far, I'm just I'm hacking into the mainframe, you know?
You do look like that.
But it's interesting. I mean, this is a part of what they have right here. They've got a lot of interactivity. And then continuing on, I can clearly see that there is a more of like an evolution of like some of the
phones.
gaming, smartphones that they have.
Nice.
You know, obviously a lot of the brands that we have, they got Red Magic, Samsung, BlackBerry. There's a lot of them, and really, really like, you know what's funny?
Yeah.
This one is considered retro right now.
The iPhone 3?
Yes, and I mean, it's something that we grew up with,
Yeah.
this and the BlackBerry, but they are actually considered retro. And then we've got some Sony Ericsson and Motorola, which are also both very, very old.
It's giving me nostalgia right now.
A lot of nostalgia,
Yeah, 'cause I used
exactly.
to steal my parents' phone when I was younger just to play those little games
Like
on their phone.
they were like kind of like flash games. Now I'm pretty sure, I don't know, but my dad used to own one of these, the N95, and these ones are very interesting because they actually like fold, like they open.
Okay, these
like
folds.
this. Yeah.
Yes, it does. I love the
yes,
way
yes.
that these frames are designed as well.
Exactly, they've got a lot of information
Yeah.
about like, some of the popular games that these phones had. And oh my God, look at this one.
Which one?
The Motorola Razr. Now, I used to actually own one of these. And these are one of the phones that actually did retain their name. And right now,
Okay.
they are like a smartphone. They still are a flip phones, but it's not the same. I mean, like the flip phones right now, like with the smartphones,
Yeah.
they tend to get like a lot of screen tearing and like some issues. But those back then, they were very reliable. And that sound, that,
The-
flip sound, that
I've always wanted a flip phone when I was growing
it's
up.
so satisfying. And I remember back when I was a kid, I thought I was so cool, just like going around the house, Yeah, there wasn't much to do with these.
On
I
the
mean,
phone,
they've
yeah,
had like,
exactly.
small games and all. And I mean, to be honest, I didn't, like used to like send text and everything. It was just because if I wanted to contact my parents when I'm out.
Yeah.
But I used to be so cool. I'd walk around the house and I'm like,
There's nothing to do, just
nothing to
flipping
do.
the
Yeah,
phone.
just like that. Yeah. And at one point I ended up breaking the screen. So
You were
I've
having too
learned
much
it-
fun with it.
Yes, I've learned it the hard way. And now let me actually tell you about something here with Touch that is very interesting.
Yes.
And I think there is an actual model of it right over there, but they've got a display. So this is the Nokia N-Gage, right?
Okay.
And this was Nokia's attempt to enter like the kind of like the portable gaming sphere.
Okay, then I didn't know that was a thing.
It is a thing, yeah, and it's considered one of the greatest failures of all
Okay.
time.
Maybe that's why I didn't know it was a
Exactly,
thing.
right?
Okay.
So it, tanked horribly. It did very terrible numbers.
Oh.
And while it had a lot of like major releases, like it had a lot of popular games, the device itself was just not strong and it felt too gimmicky because this is also supposed to be a phone,
Yeah.
acting
That's
in the
it.
same time as like, think of like a PSP or a Game Boy. Obviously, it did not work, compared to what we have right now. We've got a lot of phones that are capable of like running
Yeah.
games. Yeah, but this was their early beginning, and like let's say that's where they stopped pursuing gaming.
Maybe
And I
it was
think
for the best.
for the best, for sure. Yeah. I think they've done well with like their own like
Yeah.
mobile phones, as you can see. And you remember this one,
Yes.
we used to call it tabuga and such, because
Because it's like so strong.
so strong. Yeah, you would like
Like a-
hold it
like
and
a
just
brick.
it's pretty much a brick. It was pretty much a brick.
It's unbreakable.
It's unbreakable,
Yeah, that was the
exactly.
reputation
Yeah,
it had.
exactly. And it's very fun to look at like a lot of these older models. And while necessarily these are not related to gaming, they did have a lot of games.
Yes.
And as you can see, I want you to take a look at this right here. Now, I'm pretty sure you came across this game before, which is the Snake game.
Oh yeah, the one where you try to like eat fruits.
Exactly.
along
And while
the
you
way.
tried to not eat yourself,
Yeah,
which was,
exactly.
the game over. And as you can see, dear viewers, they've got like a kind of like a statue right here. Now, I'm not sure if you're able to interact with this. Oh, you
You
can
can.
interact with this. Okay.
But how does it?
So one button flips.
Oh, that doesn't
so
work.
over here, yeah. So if you were to, there you go.
Oops.
Oh, and you lost.
I was never good at the game.
At the
so
game, yeah.
I guess I still
Yeah.
am not.
And just to clarify something to you, dear viewers, while I was talking with some of the supervisors of this place, all of these interactive things are actually done from scratch. So, for example, right here, this is the place them creating this entire thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
So like the design and
the
everything.
design and everything, and even making it interactive. So you're able to set your level.
That's so cool.
And then you're just going around trying to beat the high score, which is very, very interesting. And then, you know, we've got a lot of different collections of things. I mean, this was also something very old, like something very gimmicky, but as you can see, they used to make these
Watches?
electronic watches that acted as games, basically.
I guess I was missing out in my childhood. I've never heard
You've
of
never
these.
came across
No.
these, yeah. They weren't really that good, to be
Okay.
honest. You know, they were like very gimmicky and
But
trying to like.
as a kid, I would think it was the best thing ever.
Exactly, like, you know, imagine just walking in the park and, you know, you've got your game and you're like, look, I can play video games on my watch, which is like very, very interesting. And then obviously, you know, these are still being, I guess, sold as collector items, and like some companies have been doing like some kind of rebrandings. But yeah, this section, you know, we've gone through the phones, we've gone through some of the let's say gaming related things that they have. And just before we cut off this section, Ritaj, as I said, I wanted to show you just this display that they have right here. So starting off, well, this is, let me tell you a very fun fact, dear viewers. This is actually the very first mobile phone.
That's a phone?
Yes, that was capable of gaming. So right here, this is the Hagnok MT2000. This is the very first mobile phone that was able to have, you know,
okay
games in it. And, you know, one of the best things about this is actually it had a very, very good game, which was Tetris.
Yes.
Yes, so this one is able to run Tetris.
I was never good at Tetris.
It was never
I
good.
was never good. I couldn't put the blocks.
It's very, very difficult. I mean, to be honest, you know, I've been seeing a lot of people that are playing through the game, and
Yeah.
this is generally difficult. And then right over here, we've got some interesting facts about mobile gaming, and then we've got your favorite thing we touched right here, Tamagotchi.
It's so cute and small.
Exactly.
Having your little furry friend around with you.
Yeah, and I mean, like collecting them, you know, all different designs and colors.
I have two so far.
Two so far. Hopefully you get a lot. And just before we cut off, I want you to just come right here and take a look at this display case that they have right here. Ritaj, this is what I was talking about. This is the Nokia Engage in its actual.
Okay then.
Yeah. So it was this small, and obviously, you know, it relied on like, you know, batteries and games. And it actually
Yeah.
did have games as cartridges.
Yeah,
So,
I can see the memory cards.
yeah, memory cards and cartridges, and this was what Nokia's attempt at entering, you know, the mobile gaming
Well,
field. But
Tough
they-
luck, Nokia.
Tough luck, exactly. Now, we're done with this very first part, and there is a next part that me and Ritaj will actually be splitting.
Okay.
So I've been told that they have gaming rooms that are dedicated to men and women. So in this kind of segment, Ritaj, you'll be heading right over there to explore the women one, while I'll be exploring the one right there, which is going to be the men.
Sounds good to me.
All right, then let's get into it. Let's go. All right, dear viewers, first is my segment right here, and I want you to come right here and check this place out. So they've got amazing PC gaming areas right here that are equipped with really modern technology. I'm talking about, you know, the latest graphic cards and also 240 hertz monitors for all your professional gaming need. And then there is this like really nice table in which you're able to sit down and actually have your meals. Obviously, dear viewers, you don't want to be eating in front of the desks themselves so that you don't dirty the equipment. I also would like to remind you that all the equipment right here comes with monitors, the mouses, and the keyboards. They're all maintained very well and clean. And this is just an area to take a break when, you know, you're hungry and you want to eat. Well, dear viewers, if you follow me, I'd like to just have a look around. So, for the people that are not very well informed when it comes to the world of PC gaming, a lot of people come here to play games that are mostly related to the first-person shooter genre, MOBAs, and also real-time strategy. And as you can see, you know, they're all equipped with, as I said, you know, modern technology, and there's a lot of different games that are happening right here. Now I want you to come and follow me right here. As you can see, you know, we've got a lot of different games that are going on. Some people are right over here are playing card games, and I have to say I do love the fact that the lighting here is dim so that, you know, it does not interfere with the gaming screens themselves. And obviously I've told you about these general seatings that are very nice. You could take a break. You can also socialize with some of the people, you know, try to make some friends right here while, you know, you take a break from the screen. And as I said, you know, everything right here is just equipped with a lot of things. And I've also been told that the internet speed right here is actually very nice. So obviously when you want to come here and try to register to, you know, some of the accounts using all the different platforms, they have them available here. Even if the game that you want to play is not installed, you're able to install it very fast. And this just pretty much covers up this entire PC gaming area. Let's jump into Ritaj's site. And dear viewers, right over here, there's something that was very interesting that I wanted to show you. So, a lot of the new gamers are not used to a specific term that us old gamers used to use, and that is LAN gaming. So what is LAN gaming? LAN stands for Local Area Network, and before the internet was very big, what we used to do is actually come to these kind of cyber cafes, and we'll be able to connect all of these computers together to enjoy some of these video games without having to rely on an internet connection. And as you can see right here, they're paying a homage with this really nice historical facts, such as, you know, in 1996, the video game Quake was actually what made LAN become very prominent. As you can see, it has taken the gaming world by storm. And then right over here, they've got a lot of different events, such as DreamHack, World Cyber Games, and then a lot of different events that have revolutionized LAN gaming. And I have to say, I mean, this cyber cafe, this PC gaming area just shows you it's kind of like a replica of what we used to do back in our age. I'm talking in the early 2000s, in which we used to go to these cyber cafes and you didn't have to use an internet connection. All you needed was a cable that would connect all these PCs together, and then everybody, let's say 16 to 32 players, would get into a game and enjoy their time. So it's absolutely beautiful to see that this game is also about a lot of preservation when it comes to gaming, such as this beautiful thing that is about LAN parties.
Now, dear viewers, we are at the women's section of this gaming center, and there's a bunch of PCs equipped with modern graphic cards and a bunch of games you guys can join in and play. And the nice thing about this, it's a private area just for women. So if you ever feel like chilling and wanting to game with the girls, your family, this place is it. I'm gonna continue ahead playing my game.
Hello again, dear viewers. So we were able to cover the PC gaming rooms.
Yes.
And right now we're actually in a very special area. Now, Ritaj, if you could enter this room, and let's all
this is
enter
nice.
together. Come follow us. So right now we have made it to the more of like, let's say, the private areas and lounges where you're able to actually play on consoles. And one of the interesting things here that they have in these rooms is that, I mean, you're able to play, your console games, most, co-op games, two-player games. And there's a focus on that kind of theme. Obviously, this theme here being more like pastel colors. And there's also one very fun thing that I've seen. Ritesh, have you seen the mirror right here?
Oh no, this is the
Microsoft Paint.
Yeah, that's so
you're able
nice.
to take like aesthetic pictures as such. And each of these rooms I've noticed actually has an arcade machine. In the case of here, we've got Pac-Man.
Love Pac-Man.
Which is, yeah, I mean, Ritaj, if you want to go on and...
Why not? Okay.
There we go, yeah, let's see. Let's see if Ritaj is able to survive enough.
Okay.
As you can see, you know, you were able to invite a lot of friends right here. And, you know,
Ooh.
for example, you know, when Ritaj plays the arcade, I can just be right
I'm
here,
getting
you
distracted
know.
right now.
Playing some video games, as you can see. In our case, I think this is a football game, which I'm not really a big fan of.
Me join you?
Here you go, Ritaj. You can have this controller.
Okay.
While I could be probably using this controller. Have you ever played FIFA?
Yeah, like twice my whole life.
Yeah.
I'm also not a big fan of playing
Football games, yeah,
just-
same. I'm more into like other stuff. I'm not sure
What's going on?
what's going on,
Yeah.
But I think we have an episode to record, to be honest.
Yeah.
So we could be
Can
putting
save this for later.
Save this for later, yeah, because I believe we're just gonna be end up spending all our time today playing after the shooting. But yeah, you've got, you know, as I said, themes, and there's a lot of like different props right here,
Yeah.
and there are also more rooms. So let's do like a quick run through some of these rooms. Let's go. So let's continue exploring the other rooms.
There's one right here.
Yeah, and I think there's somebody that is playing inside. Let's not bother them too much. They're
The rooms are
Going
very
at it.
like much bigger here,
yes,
but each room is very cozy.
yeah. Let's bother them a bit.
Hello.
Hello. So yeah, looking at the room, you know, one thing that I also love that I've noticed a lot is that a lot of these rooms actually retain a specific
Vibe,
era.
style, yeah,
Not
exactly.
just if you could see right here, Ritaj, we didn't show it in the
Ooh.
previous room, but above right here. Dear viewers, we've got a collection. In this case, this is PlayStation and PlayStation 2. And in the other rooms, it was older games
Yes.
or like newer games. And obviously different arcade machines that they have. And also there's one thing that I've noticed here. Let me show you, dear viewers. So they've got a remote here. You're able to control the lighting, as you can see. So depending on the kind of vibe you want to go with, you know, can either make it dim or bright, as you
yeah.
can see. And I mean, it's just really fun, you know. You could like play around depending on the kind, you know, if it's an action game, you might want to go for like, you know, some actiony colors. And if it's, you know, football,
Related.
green, for example.
Green? Okay then.
Because, you know, the grass is green and all. Yeah.
Sure. Sure.
Let's go on and explore all the other rooms. Well, dear viewers, I think we should just wrap up from exploring this area right
Okay,
here.
then.
I mean, it's like very fun and, you know, obviously a lot of different rooms, a lot of different themes, and also a lot of different games. Very, very exciting. I mean, from right now, I'm getting too excited and I kind of think I want to frequent this place maybe
Yes,
every day.
I'm definitely gonna show up here a lot with my friends.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you know, we've gotten to explore the PC gaming areas and we also gotten to explore the console areas. Let's go back right now and explore the community hub that is over there. Let's go. Hello, dear viewers. So as you can see, we are here in this community area that, first of all, we're currently in a stage.
Yeah.
So I've been told that they actually host their own tournaments.
Okay then.
And they
that's fun.
usually use the stage to actually, you know, host it. So,
Yeah.
you know, they would probably be having like some sort of setups in each corner for like, you know, the games that they'll be playing.
Okay.
And then you have this really big humongous screen in which they will be projecting the game that is happening. Now, in order to being in this stage and being in like a place like this, it just made me think, wouldn't it be nice for us to actually attempt to MC an event?
But that would be really fun. I
Yeah.
think I would be a bit nervous.
Yeah, but it would be a fun experience,
it would be
you know?
fun, yeah.
Maybe an idea for future Why Not episodes?
Episode, yes.
Yes, in which we like probably MC in a convention or like a tournament like this.
That'd be fun.
But yeah, let's actually start to get into this area itself. Now, we'll be jumping down from here. Mind your step. There we go. All right, so first of all, where can we start? So, one thing that I've been told about this area is, first of all, if you would come right over here, I want to show you these tables. Rotaj, now you notice these are not normal tables.
It's nice
as you
and
can see.
soft.
They're very soft. Yeah, so these are
Spongy-like.
yeah, these are used mostly for board games.
Okay,
so like
then.
for example, you'd be sitting down here and then you've got these really cute cup holders.
Okay,
well,
perfect,
you'd be
yeah.
putting your drink. And so I think the idea of this table being like very soft is the fact that, you know, if you're playing something where like you have to throw let's say a
Cards.
nerd,
Yeah, okay.
for example, a dice, excuse me,
Okay.
yeah. And, you know, cards and just in general, you know, it's a very smooth area and
Yeah.
it's very fun because some of the tabletop games that you play, they sometimes have like a lot of props.
Okay,
And they could be like very small props, so you know, if you had them in a table, they could just like get lost
fall out. It
or
gets
fall
really
out.
irritating.
Exactly, yeah. And as you can see, you know, these edges help it not to
Ooh,
fall
yeah, yeah.
off. And I mean, this is just like some of the care that they put
Yes.
in this place. And so, you know, they've got a lot of different sizes. We're gonna jump into the area right over there where I can show you some of the board game collections that they have. So let's go around and check because there's also more. It's not just board games here. This acts as an entire, let's say, community hub in which a lot of, you know, the gamers can come here and they get to enjoy. And it's not just strictly video games here,
Yes.
you know? So Rota, just as I was telling you, right over here they've got their big collection of like a lot of tabletop and board games. Like for example, there's a lot of different types, you know?
Yes.
You've got stuff like strategy, you've got stuff like simulation, and then you also have stuff that are just like, yeah, like for
Exploding
example,
kittens.
exploding kittens. And they also have this, which is
What is that?
this is actually a very, very fun game. I'm not sure if you came across it,
I've
but
never came across that.
So-
It's a pirate in a barrel?
yeah. So the entire idea is that this is an elimination game in which,
Okay.
Atash, can you hold this for me?
Yeah.
If that's okay. And so you get a collection of plastic swords, right?
Okay.
And each one takes a turn to
Poking it?
stab, yeah, to poke it, right? And whoever, like one of them, is going to pop the head, like straight
Okay,
flying.
then.
Whoever does that is the loser.
Okay,
So it's kind
then.
of like a game of luck, you know, and tension.
That's fun.
Yeah, which just shows you like the really nice collection that they have.
There's a bunch of games I've never seen before.
Yeah,
There's
and
a
I've
lot
been
of options.
and I've been told basically the way that it works here is that you're able to rent a table and you get access to all of these
Wow.
different card games, board games, and
Ooh,
yeah.
Some of
They've
my
got
favorites right
Yeah,
here.
a collection of Monopoly right
Yes.
here. And they've also got tabletops right here, as you can see. These are the kind of games that would take hours to just run a single game.
Okay, then.
Could be like spending 2 or 3 hours playing with your friends. A lot of role playing. And then they've got, you know, some card games right over here.
My mom is a beast on this game right here.
In Wordle, yeah,
Yeah.
I know a lot of people are big fans of Wordle. And this just covers up some of the things that they have. Obviously, we don't want to show you the entire collection because, you know, we want you to come here and to explore. Before we take something from here and jump, there's an area that I wanted to show you right in this corner, Ritaj, that is very, very interesting. Let's jump right here. So, Ritaj, this is actually a collection of a lot of different books that are related to gaming.
We have
and-
comic books?
And you have comic books as well. So they've got also some really interesting, I mean, for example, see, I don't want to try to touch this, but I want you to come closer right here. This is a very early promotional material for the very first Sonic game, as you
Sonic
can
the
see.
Hedgehog,
And
wow.
obviously it has a grading of 9.8, which just shows you that this is in really good condition. And then there's a mix of like different art books and strategy guides for games. And there's also some Japanese manga right over here as well.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, noticed, and there's a lot of different collections. So if you know you want to take a break from playing around with the board games, you could always just take a chill break, grab yourself a comic, a strategy book, or anything. I mean, look at this extensive collection that they have right here of just different, I assume these are comics if I'm not mistaken. They are, oh no, they are actually, so this is a gaming magazine.
Okay,
Now let
then.
me tell you something, Ritaj. These are considered very old pieces of media.
I can tell.
Because they stopped doing these.
Yes, I know.
You know, right now with the age of digital media in which a lot of people are relying on websites, this is actually one of the oldest serializing gaming magazine, which is Game Informer. And back when I was like very, very young, my dad used to actually grab some
magazines.
some magazines. Yeah, these were available in like a lot of imported supermarkets, especially American ones, because these
Okay.
are mostly popular in America. And they would have like a really nice coverages of like a lot of the popular games. In this case, as you can see, you know, there are articles of like a lot of different, you know, games and
That's so
such.
sad that they stopped making physical magazines.
Yeah,
like
because you know the age of, as I said, you know, digital media has been like, you know, for example, some of these games are really old that they feature right here. But it's, I have to say, you know, I might sound like a nerd right now to you, dear viewers, but this is actually amazing. This is something that I've been noticing a lot with this place, Ritaj, right? Is that they're focused a lot on preserving
Yes.
media. So yeah, interesting. Let's grab a board game and then let's just, you know, wrap up the episode and have some fun. Well, welcome back, dear viewers. So after all this exploration, we're finally sitting down and resting, and decided to play a few games of,
Yeah.
you know, card games right here. Now, this is a game that I'm actually a big fan of, Ritaj, and I wanted to introduce it to you. It's called Coop.
Cool.
And so basically, we started off with these kind of cards. These will act as a guide cards to tell you what are essentially the lore or the rules of the game itself.
Okay, then.
So this is a very simple game, dear viewers. We've got a bunch of different cards right here. Each card will have its own role, as
then.
you can see right here. And so essentially, the entire idea is that you distribute. Just to give you an example, right here, you see we've got a lot of different. Let me just put them here, and then I will be taking them. So these are a lot of different roles, as you can see. Now, what do these roles do? You've got it on your guide card right here.
Okay, then.
That I'll be passing it to you, right? And so you'll be getting an idea of how this game is going to work. So this game essentially is a game of deceit, lying, betrayal,
Oh,
and you know,
everything I'm bad at.
everything. Yes, exactly.
So this game, I think
So-
I'm gonna be really bad at this
So
game.
essentially, it's a very, very simple game
Okay.
in which we have these coins, and the idea is to eliminate the cards of each player.
Okay,
So we will be distributing for each player 2 cards. So if you were to take 2 cards right here, and I were to take 2 cards, and we'll be starting off, I think if I'm not mistaken, we start off with 2 coins each. And essentially these coins are going to be the currency that you use in
Okay.
order to exchange for favors or to eliminate.
Okay.
So in our case right now, dear viewers, I will be presenting the cards that I have right here. Ritaj, you cannot see my cards, but as you
I
can
didn't
see,
want to anyway.
so I've got 2 rolls right here. So Ritaj, the best part about this game is that you could actually execute all of these commands
Okay.
without even having the cards. So just for explanation's sake and for the dear viewers, you have the Duke card, which grants you 3 coins, right?
Yes.
Now I could actually not have a Duke card in my, you know, inventory.
Okay, that's
and
the
I could
part
just
where-
play. That's the part where you lie. So I could just be
Okay.
like Duke. And then the entire aspect of this game is to challenge. So for example, I say Duke, right?
Yeah.
And you could be like, oh, stop, I'm challenging you. You have to show me your Duke. Now, if I were to present my cards and one of them was not Duke, one of them will get eliminated.
Okay, then.
And the entire point is to eliminate the cards.
Okay then.
Yeah, but well, obviously, dear viewers, we have to wrap up. It would be fun to actually go for a game right here, but you know, we'll have to wrap up, so we'll be ending the episode in the next segment. And well, dear viewers, this should be our wrap for today's episode. Oh my God, Ritaj, we had a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I feel like there's so much more to explore here.
Exactly, which is why we are saving some of the amazing stuff for later episodes. Obviously, I'm going just to be telling you a bit, but there's going to be the next few episodes in this place are going to be focusing on some ancient relics that are related to the gaming world.
then.
So stay tuned. And we'll have to wrap up today's episode. So dear viewers, as always, please take good care of yourselves and bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hi, everybody. This is Sarah Al Amiri in Why Not Show.
Hello everyone and welcome to our program, Why Not? I'm your host, Ahmed Murad.
Lovely viewers of Why Not? I am your host, Ritaj Ishtirani.